the players know that more than anyone, and we've had a bit of criticism, but I think it's only because people want us to do well. And we had a good 12 months last year, and we wanted to build on that, which we haven't done in the last 2 weeks. But the great thing is we've got 2 more weeks now where, as you say, individuals and as a team, we've got a chance to sort of redeem ourselves and put things right. So we're fortunate to be in that situation. The week of the All Blacks game, everybody's always excited. I think maybe the All Blacks at home and England at home are 2 of the most sort of anticipated fixtures of the season, really, from a Welsh perspective. So I don't think it's going to be hard to get players sort of motivated for this Saturday's game. Everyone's very much looking forward to it.
Sam, do you think by winning this game everyone will forget about the 2 poor results they've been?
The fans won't forget about it. Players will still be disappointed, obviously, but to get two results now would be awesome from our perspective, for confidence and to get back on a winning roll. But I'm sure the public would take a win this weekend to sacrifice 2 wins over the last 2 weekends for sure.
Talk about confidence. It's a huge thing for an athlete. Is there enough confidence in this team given what's happened in the last couple of weeks?
I think so. I think the message to get across is that we're still training in a very good competitive environment. The management is the same, the players are the same, and the way we prepare is very similar. And you don't become a good team overnight, but you don't become a bad team overnight either. And I think the players need to know that. And this week now we're training on Monday. I think Warren emphasised those points as well as the senior players, and everyone's really motivated and looking forward to this match Saturday. And it's going to be a home crowd. The tickets sold out within probably a week when they went back on sale months ago. Some of the fans will make an amazing atmosphere there, and it's a game which everybody wants to be involved in. So to get a win, it's going to be a massive motivating factor for the players.
Sam, Warren mentioned some of the abuse some of the players had had on Twitter and the like. How difficult has that been for the guys to cope with?
With the Twitter thing, that's easily avoidable. You just don't go on there really. I didn't, after the 2 fixtures, I didn't look at my Twitter account for a few days, didn't look at the press, didn't watch telly, I just spent time with my family just to sort of reflect and just get away from rugby really. So some of the players, the younger guys might have come in, even myself really, we've come in a pretty successful period, but I was always aware before the last 2 games happened, I'd say to my parents, you're not going to be successful all the time for the next 10, 12 years of your career, however long you play for. So there's always going to be ups and downs, but it's just sort of how you manage them. And I think the senior players have been great for us over the last couple of weeks, and making sure that the players stay motivated and realise that's not the end of the world, and then we have got opportunities to put things right.
Yeah, I know your sister closed her Twitter account because of some of the abuse. Is that disappointing when it sort of goes outside of the players and your sister feels the need to do that?
That was her own fault. I told her she was searching my name on Twitter, so what's the point? Don't bother. Don't go looking for it. But people are getting criticism only because the fans want us to do well and they want Wales to win. So I got family who are all massive fans. I'm a fan of Welsh rugby, and of course I want us to win. And I should Chiefs off in 3 words. So I don't blame people for their frustrations because everybody wants to win.
Does it go overboard a bit sometimes, Sam, the criticism, particularly with the social media and everything? Do you think that's opened up a bit, too much of an outlet for people to go over the top of it with their criticism?
Yeah, obviously the players now are very accessible when it comes to Twitter accounts because anybody can write to you really and say what they want. But I remember I was sitting in a room with one of my mates and they criticised a certain Man United player, who I won't say his name. And I'm thinking, who is to criticise who he is? He's obviously a top-class footballer, so his opinion doesn't really matter, and I'm sure it wouldn't have affected that Man United player, and it shouldn't affect the Welsh boys here. People have opinions. The only approvals they should seek really is maybe family, players and management staff, and as long as we stay tight together and supported, then we'll get through it.
What sort of challenges is for you personally now on the weekend against Richie McCaw, probably one of the great all-time number 7?
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to play against Richie back in 2010, I think. Haven't played against New Zealand since. Missed the summer tour because I broke my jaw a few years ago. But yeah, always look forward to these fixtures, and it's one which every player will look forward to. England and New Zealand are probably 2 of the most sort of easy anticipated games really in the Welsh fixture list. So getting players motivated for this game shouldn't be a problem. And from a personal perspective, you're really looking forward to playing against New Zealand. You want to play against the best side in the world, and I think New Zealand have that #1 try, which they fully deserve. So it'll be a great challenge for us on Saturday.
Last one, please, go ahead.
How do you assess your own form at the moment, Sam?
I'm pretty happy, to be honest. I think the contact there has gone pretty well. When it comes to contact turnovers, I've been pretty happy there. It would be nice to sort of be. I think our pack as a whole needs to be a bit more dominant. I think a lot of players would thrive better if we're in a pack which is a bit more dominant up front when it comes to the breakdown and phase play as well. So I think it's a big challenge for all the pack really to play very well, and then other players can thrive off that. If you have free football, we can get our big ball carries in the game. I'm sure we'll see guys like Bradley Davis and Toby carrying very well, and I think it has a knock-on effect. But confidence-wise, I'm very happy. I'm looking forward to the fixture.
Okay guys, we look good, thank you. Cheers Sam.
Cool.
So Ryan waiting on the wings there as well. Cheers.
Yeah, no worries.
It's really posh, isn't it? It is. It's like a game show.
Okay guys, so we do the same again, just so that you get him all. You each get a chance to have him looking at your camera. If we start on maybe the left, Hamish, do you want to start? Or?
It's okay, go.
And then we'll go round, yeah.
Ryan, you've played a lot of Test rugby now. We all know that supporting Wales is an emotional roller coaster. So after the highs of the World Cup and the Six Nations, is 7 days enough time to turn it around? Is it enough time to get yourselves back up and out there for a very good performance this week?
Yeah, because it's sport. That's what professional sport requires. The beauty of it is it's week in, week out. Whether you win, lose or draw, you've got to front up because the game's getting thick and fast, and that's why you can't afford to go to the emotional highs or the emotional lows. You can't afford to go to the extreme. So, there's been some wrong in our game. Nothing is fundamentally different. A lot of the players are the same, so it's just little things we're tinkering with, and we've worked incredibly hard so far this week, and we'll continue to do so the next few days. So we feel like we deserve to get something from the game as well.
Ryan, the All Blacks were disappointed with their effort at the breakdown against Italy. It was a pretty tough battle breakdown-wise for yourself against both Argentina and Samoa. How key is that battle going to be, and how do you win it?
Yeah, the breakdown for me dictates games these days. I think we've come away from the importance of set piece to a certain extent. It's what happens at breakdowns and whether you get turnover or not, and ball retention is what dictates games. So for us, it's going to be a key component. We're going up against one of the masters in Richie again. And we all know what's required there. But the challenge for us is to match that physicality. But what makes the All Blacks dangerous is I think they're a complete team in that they can match it. They mix it with you physically, but they can also loosen up and they can play as well, and they're looking for an opportunity, whether it be the first minute or the last minute. And when you've got players like Dan Carter turning around, you've got a playmaker there who can capitalise on any opportunity.
Does Joubert read that area well, in your opinion?
I'm not going down, not this far out from a game. Yeah, look, it's all down to interpretation, isn't it? So again, it'd be something that we look at, because again, like I said, it's the importance of the breakdown is massive, and you're looking for an edge all the time now.
Ryan, all the talk from outside of the campus, how much you've missed Warren Gatland, but realistically, how much of a loss has it been not having him?
Well, Warren has actually, he's been in and around. His presence is still felt. He still has a huge influence over this group and the coaching staff alike. So, for us, it's about the group of players who take the field. I think it's about getting that right. The preparation's been very good, and Warren spoke excellently on Monday when he came back in, and I think he pitched and toned it right. He got it right for the group, and the group have responded very well the last 2 days.
What's he said?
Can't tell you, it's a secret.
Okay. What's been said outside, there's been a lot of criticism from a couple of ex-players and media. How have the guys taken that criticism? How have you taken that criticism? Is it fair?
Is any of this live?
No.
Couldn't really give a shit. No, look, I've been here before, mate, and what happens when you're in this environment, you have to hold yourself up in this hotel, and people, whether it's good, bad or indifferent, have all got an opinion. The thing is, during windows of time like this, they give airtime to certain people who like to say things that book themselves places on another TV show later on. But look, it is what it is. They're entitled to their opinion, but we try not to take that on board. We're very much focused on staying tight as a group, make sure we get our own house in order, really.
And what do you need to do then to get that house in order?
There's a few aspects in and around how gentleman has alluded to it. We need to work hard in and around the breakdown. Defensively, we've been quite good. We've conceded a few soft tries, if you like, opportunist tries. We need to cut that out. Discipline's going to be key. Playing rugby in the right areas. These are all sorts of elements of the game that we've talked about and tried to address, but they're not necessarily technical things that we need to work hard on. It's it's just about bring it to a fore and trying to implement it really.
Right, just on the subject of criticism, Warren was saying a few of the younger guys have been a bit taken aback by some of the criticism they've received on social media, Twitter, etc. Does that go a bit too far sometimes? Do you think it gets a little bit too personal?
Yeah, but you've got to take it for what it is, mate. You've got to take it for the person who sat behind the computer late on a Saturday night with no friends and nothing else to do other than abuse you. So it is what it is, you know. But that's life. It's part and parcel of it. The other thing you have to realise is that you can't ride this wave all the time. You can't just be happy to take a pat on the back all the time and not for them to take the criticism. But it's often short-lived. You know, like I said, one good performance with a win on the weekend, and it would all be irrelevant. But we do seem to have very short memories. We've had a wonderful 18 months in Welsh rugby. You know, we had a disappointment, and no one's hurting and smarting more than the players over that disappointment. But you know, we're working desperately hard to put it right, and you know, we're not going to be far away. You know, and like I said, a couple of good performances, a couple of victories, and hopefully everyone will be behind us again.
Do you look at the criticism yourself? Do you go on Twitter and sort of look at what people have said to you and things like that? Do you get involved?
Not really, mate. Because I said it has no bearing on my life and what I'm trying to do here anyway. It's not going to. Doesn't mean to say I'm going to try as hard as I can on the weekend and do my best, no matter what anyone's saying. But you know, like I said, everyone's entitled to their opinion. But it is what it is. You know, they can crack on. But you know, I still get to go home to my wife and kids and the dog and all that, and they're the important things.
Yeah, you seem very emotional after the Samoa game. Is it fair to say the defeats, they hurt as much now, even though you've been through a lot of highs and lows over the years?
Yeah, you know, a defeat like the weekend is incredibly disappointing. You know, I'm a proud Welshman and I'm a big rugby fan too. You know, and if I had my way, we'd win every match, and you know, we'd be world champions. But you know, that's why you play the game. That's what drives you to get up turn up here on a Monday after a disappointing loss and go out in the rain and the cold and work hard. And you know, the weekend for me was personally a career high, but was tainted by incredibly, you know, awful lot of disappointment too, you know. But you know, like I said, you can't have that hangover. You have to move on. You can't have a hangover from week to week, because what happened last weekend and the weekend before is going to have no bearing on what happens this weekend. You know, we have to move on. We can't afford that hangover to drag us down. You know, to restrict what these kids are capable of playing. You know, they need to play again with that freedom and that joy, and not be consumed by the pressures and expectations of others.
Last one, please, guys. Hold on.
Where do you rate this New Zealand team? What have you made of them?